Welcome to day 4 of trying to build a SaaS automation system using OpenClaw agents. Went offline last night due to not having enough money in the Anthropic account. I don't want to enable auto reload because if it just spins out of control when I'm auto reloading, then spend could be infinite. Yesterday it spent $83, and our usage is changing. We are getting more use out of Haiku, but still, Opus is a big killer with. Sonnet's a big one for the lower tier agents, but Opus is a big one with just in terms of cost. It's like 5 times higher. So overnight, I had mentioned that I changed the window of heartbeat from working hours, so 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time, just to save money on tokens overnight, just in case agents needed help getting something done. Well, that will reduce costs. It did not solve the problem. So everyone went offline. I came in this morning, and it, LLM request rejected. Your credit balance is too low. Access the API. Go to plans and purchase credit. So that's fine. I added credit, stopped them up. Compaction is a big problem. So agents have their context window for certain. Whether it's Sonnet or Opus, they have a certain window size, but 200,000 is for all the agents in Cypher, the technical agent, maybe even the project manager, and even Super had 100% capacity. So we need to run manual compaction against those. I'm not sure why the system isn't kind of proactively doing it. I don't know if we broke something in the config or not. I created a new channel in Slack for system updates, and the system updates are going to include a compaction run. A compaction run check is going to go every 3 hours to see if any of the agents are at 80% or more. If they are, then they're going to run compaction. So have that worked out now. Some other things. Going to our tasks list. So our SOPs are how things get done. Everything from task management to client onboarding, to writing a brief, to writing a blog article. These are all defined in our SOPs. And I realize there's a big missing part of this, which is the next SOP or the next step in a task that would probably likely be done. So for instance, if we're publishing a blog article, Quill will write the blog brief, but then Quill also needs to write the full article output. So in the brief SOP at the bottom, we would say next steps would be to write the full article. In Maven, the project manager who manages the task assignment would need to read that and assign that. A note about the SOPs, they are great that they're human readable. They don't need to be, so I might convert these to like a YAML format, which is a little bit easier for the bots to handle, more deterministic, less subjective. So that's the whole thing of the system, is we're trying to remove subjectivity where you're passing just a blob of text to an agent and they're interpreting it in some way and taking some action that they decide, where a YAML-based structure or JSON-based structures are a little bit more better at getting deterministic output. So that's what we're working on. Yeah, honestly, today, it's Saturday, February 14th, happy Valentine's Day. Just trying to get the system back up and running. So we did have, we did have an article output. If we go to, we had two, for the 500 tokens we have 2 articles created. So the best internal leaking tools, this went live yesterday in the system, and it's a comparison of our tool versus other tools. We'll see if this drives any SEO traffic, but I'm letting them run with it for a while. They did do a comparison article. So in the completed tasks, we have create content brief, link whisper versus linkbot. This was done, and so this article will be written and hopefully go live today. So for the hundreds of dollars of tokens we've written, we have not produced very much. We've updated a sitemap, we've improved some mobile loading page scores on Google Lighthouse, and we published that Best Tools for 26 article. So I'm really hoping that this foundational work that I'm doing, this is again day 4, once that's set, then the system will just have a lot more output than we're getting out of it right now. The dumb thing in our task manager is the status being done versus complete, and someone added in complete. I don't know which agent did it. I'll have to figure this out because we need to standardize against using done instead. So, yep, that's where we're at. Today's just going to be trying to get the system back up and moving and building optimizations. I worked in Cursor a little bit, trying to optimize system config. So before we had 6 max concurrent agents. Now I set it up to 10. This could be dangerous. And then sub agents. This is how many agents that each of my main agents are able to generate, and went from 8 to 10. Heartbeat was 20 minutes. I switched that to 30 minutes just because things are broken and there's no need to burn tokens on a 20-minute heartbeat. This is a 16 gig Mac Mini. It downgraded the Notion or the node memory allocation from 8 gigs to 6 gigs. So we'll see what happens there. I'm doing some configs within Cursor itself, and I do prefer that, because Cursor does have a better understanding of the overall system, because it indexes all the files. And if I ask OpenClaw to do something, it'll have to kind of scan the files, and it knows where things are at, but it's not quite as easy as this one is. A concept that came up is benched. I don't know where this came from, but it said this agent is benched, and I asked my OpenClaw agent what that term means, and there isn't a term related to being benched. It just means that they missed deadlines, and maybe Cursor assigned it. So we'll see. Other than that, everything is hopefully trending in the right direction, and we'll see. Fingers crossed. If you feel like watch me burn tokens, then feel free to subscribe, leave a comment.